I want to ask Don a question because there's rumours he could be coming back to Chelsea and playing for you next year. Lukaku come on, not in his greatest form, not looking particularly fit. Thoughts on Lukaku tonight and the future of him?
I don't want him. I don't want him anywhere near the club. Like, I think that bridge has been burned. He done it himself. Like, to come out and disrespect the club like that, so unprovoked, right? When you've literally just moved back to the club. There was so many Chelsea fans in the summer. We were kind of split, to be fair. Like, a lot of fans were saying, no, I don't want Lukaku. But a lot of fans were saying, look, this is an opportunity now for him to prove himself again. He's had an amazing season under Conte, just won the league. Let's see what he can do for us. I thought, do you know what? He could be the missing piece of the puzzle, even though we had a few bits in midfield to still, fill in terms of getting a creative midfielder. But he just let me down, Terry, man, because I was rooting for this guy. Like, I wanted Haaland, but I did say, look, Lukaku, he is a finisher. But for him to come out and just disrespect the club like that, nah, I can't forgive him. I can't forgive him.
So, Don, you don't want him because of the disrespect, or you don't want him because he's not a good player?
I don't want him for the disrespect. I don't care what he does the rest of the season. I don't care. I don't want him at the club. I don't want him at the club.
But he apologized.
I don't want. Has he apologized?
Yeah, he did. He came an official apology, 100%.
Just to continue my story from earlier, I said sorry, but I still got divorced.
Yeah, nah. He's just a bad egg, man. He's a bad egg. He's always been the same wherever he's gone. Like, he just talks too much for me. So it's the fact that he just done it so unprovoked. It's the thought process around that. Going to Italy, coming out and actually getting Sky Italia to sit you down, to beg to start going back to Inter Milan after being at the club for 4 months? And all he got was a little drop. Like, he got dropped for the game against Liverpool. That was it. He came back in. But yeah, for me, it's too toxic. I don't want,
because Thomas Tuchel treated him bad. Thomas Tuchel doesn't know how to treat his players.
Yeah, but then you don't come out and bash the club as well as the manager in public like that. Literally 4 or 5 months after getting the dream move that you've always wanted. So for me, I just think that's ship sailed now. If he does end up coming back, we still have to get a striker. He can hold the bench like he did today. And then, just, I don't know, come off the bench or something. But for me, I'm done with him. I've washed my hands of him. I don't want him at all.
Mo, why is he not starting for you? What's been wrong with him this year?
So he has been injured all year. And when he went to the World Cup, he played with injury and he came back injured. And then when he started lately in the league, he has been good. He's been a little bit losing the weight and getting better. Of course, not the Lukaku that we sold to Chelsea and got 105 million pounds for him from Chelsea. But he is now not starting this game because he started last game and played 90 minutes in the league. And we're still fighting for top 4 in the league. And I think Dzeko and Lautaro did the job today. But if he goes to Chelsea, I think he can be used. I think they can benefit from Lukaku big time. If he gets the right manager, this guy can be lethal up top. He can be one of the best strikers around. Look at what Antonio Conte did to this guy. 30 plus goals, plus the assists. I think Chelsea fans just haven't seen the best of him, as they haven't seen the best of Kai Havertz, the best of Timo Werner. It's the way Thomas Tuchel, he doesn't know how to utilize forwards. It's on him. It's not on the players.
I'm not. For me, the thing with Lukaku isn't his ability. Like, I know his limitations. He's not a good technical footballer, but what he does get you is he gets you goals. One thing for us is he was so static in the box. Like, that's one thing about him. I know Poch can hopefully get something out of him. So ability-wise, Lukaku, he does what it says on the tin. He will get you goals. But for me, the disrespect was too much. I just want a clean slate. I want a fresh start now. I want a fresh Chelsea without that old.
It very personal, my man.
I did take it personal, yeah, because
he hurt you bad, man.
He did. Oh my God!
He did. I'll be real with you. He did, because when he left Chelsea, I used to bang out this guy on career mode. That's the first thing. I used to love Lukaku in career mode, right? And obviously, he went to West Brom. He went to Everton. He smashed it. He went to Man United. He got disrespected there, even though statistically his stats weren't that bad. I think he scored quite a lot of goals for Man United.
He did the same thing with us, bro.
He done the same. That's what I'm saying.
But remember, when he went to you, he wanted to join Chelsea. He begged Inter to sell him to Chelsea.
Yeah, but Mo,
that means something else happened. You cannot be begging someone to go to that club and you say, I want to prove myself. And then within 4 months, you say, oh my God, no, I want to leave. Someone insulted this guy. And Mo, it can be the manager because he loves Chelsea. It's obvious.
you would expect Lukaku to do something like that towards the end of the contract, not literally 4 months after coming on a 4-year deal, 5-year deal, after we've been bigging you up, saying Lukaku, welcome back. There was all this marketing around that, bringing him back to the club, and he goes and does that. So for me, it was like, I backed you, bro. What are you doing? So for me, I can't forgive that. I don't care how many goals he scores. I want us to get rid of him. I don't want that bad egg in the change room. I don't want that side.
I don't think you're getting rid of him, Don. He's too expensive. He's in a lot of money.
Yeah, no. If he stays,
he's on 350k for Chelsea. 350k for Chelsea.
Actually,
who is gonna pay that for that guy? You know that you still pay half his wage, right? We only pay half his wage.
This is why I don't think.
Yeah. No, it won't be.
I don't think. Go ahead.
Do you know what? Sort something out with Atletico Madrid, man. Send him that way and bring João Felix this way. Try to do something, man. Try to do something.
It's not really gonna work like that, Dom, because like Mo just said, I actually wanted to touch on that, but he cleared that. He said you guys are technically paying 50% of his wages right now. So you paid 50% of his wages for 2 years for him to go to Inter, and he actually declined. And because of injuries, like you can blame injuries or not, but you have to accept that he declined. Like watching him today, not only does he look overweight, as we said, he just looks a little bit past it, and he's 30. He's turning 30 in about like 3 days. I just looked it up to make sure what his age is. So he's 30 years old now. So 2-3 years later, after making that, how much did you guys sign him for again? 105 million. You guys got
7.5.
Yeah.
People are correcting us, Tafi. I think he took a wage cut.
Yeah,
I don't think
he took
they
a
are
wage
paying.
cut.
Yeah,
Did he?
took a wage cut. So yes.
But regardless of what it is,
you know what?
Just let me finish my point. I just don't think Inter is gonna be able to keep him on his wages. I don't know how much his wages is now. If he took a cut, I'm not assuming it's a big cut. It's not like it's a 50% cut. It's probably 10-20% max, if we're being honest right here. He's just like on too much money, and like as I said, he's now on like the bad end of like his age, and his career is now going just downwards. I don't see an upside to his career anymore. You know what I mean? So for the amount of money that he's on, you guys are gonna have to deal with him. I don't know if he stays in Chelsea or not, but like Enter, like we're done with him. You guys can keep him.
He's not even good enough for us.
I don't think he is
to pay any money. We're not gonna pay money for this guy. To be honest, he's not good enough for us to pay a penny. If you're gonna give him to us for free, we'll take him. We'll put him on. Well, yeah. Otherwise, nobody's paying money for this.
You know what it is? You know what?
I think his age and weight has played a part. But the way he came back to Chelsea after it was kind of he wasn't going to. It went wrong, he came back. It's almost like the circumstances of the situation have also got in his head and damaged him. Sometimes you just can't, like with Wayne Rooney went through this at Man United. From when he handed in that first transfer request, he was good, but he was never as good as before it. It's almost like sometimes you can make a mistake psychologically. The way Torres left Liverpool to go to Chelsea, I think that the scenario surrounding it cripples some people. The way you leave a club, a problem at a club with a manager or a transfer negotiation or a new contract. Sometimes if you just go about things in the wrong way, it can kind of damage you a little bit because there's suddenly more pressure, there's more attention. Because this guy literally 2 years ago at Inter Milan was one of the best strikers in the world. Now suddenly nobody wants him. That's more than just hitting 30. That's got to be something psychological going on there for me.
You got to remember that. Chelsea are his club. His boyhood club. His boyhood hero is Didier Drogba. There's a video of him taking a tour of Stamford Bridge when he was in part of the Belgian club. It didn't work out the first time. It's gone full circle. He was expecting the conquering hero's return, but the problem is that you haven't done anything at the club, right? But then also it's how you're used. I agree with Mo to a certain point that Thomas Tuchel's tactics don't suit him whatsoever, or hardly any attacker. But he was expecting thank you for saving us. Essentially, you're the final piece. If you remember that summer, because we won the European Cup, it glossed over the entire squad issues, and everyone was going, "He's the final piece of a championship challenge. He's the final piece. All we need is a striker," and it just didn't work out. And then he gave that stupid interview.
You know what?
I think Chelsea are the grave. I think Chelsea are the grave of forwards from Shevchenko, Samuel Eto'o,
100%,
Fernando Torres. Somehow I can't remember anybody. Can you guys remind me? Anybody
Even
other than
Crespo, you
Drogba?
remember they had Crespo.
Yeah,
Diego
anybody
Costa.
other than Donald went to Surfer.
Diego
Can you remind me
Costa.
of a good striker that came to your club and flourished?
Nicolas
Other than
Anelka,
Drogba.
Diego Costa, Didier Drogba.
Diego Costa was okay,
Yeah.
and at the end he
No,
left on
Costa was
bad
class.
terms with
He
Antonio
wasn't just
Conte.
okay. Costa was class. He wasn't just okay.
He
Costa.
left on
Conte,
bad
yeah,
terms
yeah.
again. He
Conte
left
was
on
world
bad
class,
terms.
man, at Chelsea.
He was class. Costa was. And Anelka.
I wouldn't
would
say
say
world
Crespo.
class, but he was good.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Crespo in his second season with us after he came back from Milan was a lot better than his first season. But yeah, you're right.
Do you know what it is,
It's
Mo?
an
Why
issue.
I feel so deeply about this is you guys probably don't follow Chelsea as closely as me and Andrew, right? And this has been a season of hell. The amount of leaks that have been coming out of the club, the amount of just toxic season that we've had, right? It's giving me PTSD, and I just can't have another toxic egg in the changing room. I can't. I'm trying to get rid of guys like Ziyech and Aubameyang and these sort of guys. Just bringing back. It's like taking your dirty laundry to the laundrette and then just bringing it back without washing it. Like, why are we going to bring back dirty laundry to the house? It makes no sense. I don't want that.
Because you have to.
the
It's
thing
not
is
really a
this.
choice.
But the thing is
It's a
this:
loan deal.
Yeah, okay. We can if we do keep him, we still need a striker. We still need a striker. That's how I see it.
I'm just saying. But if when Poch is announced, he's already fighting an uphill battle with the majority of this stupid fan base because he managed Spurs. I don't think him coming in and bringing Lukaku back as one of his first moves will not help him, so to speak. I don't think it's a good PR move or anything like that.
Terry, man,
they'll try and get him on loan somewhere else again.
Take Kane. Terry, take Kane and Lukaku can go to Spurs, man. I think that's the best thing to do to sort this out, please.
The dream is over.
Just